I mean, the real question is, how are you, right? I mean, that's the one. Give us the health update. I mean, we saw what you went through, man. How are you feeling now?
I'm on TV. I'm good. No, we all good. Yeah, no, I'm sweet now. You know, I'm feeling much better. Feeling 100%. I'm not training 100% yet. I've got to ease into it, but feeling good. You know, yeah, man. It's crazy, man. How many times have I talked to you guys, and how many times I said this is a roller coaster of a sport, physically, mentally. It's crazy. You know what I mean? I've still got head spins from it, but it's a blowout. But I mean, I always say, stay positive, we'll work out in the end, and that's what happened. So now we're here, doing our thing. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, you did a great job of documenting everything you went through. And I mean, obviously the first concern was just your health and your physicality. Yeah. Now that we know you're good, just talk about the moment in terms of a fighter, of a profession. You know what I mean? You're getting ready for the world title fight, and then it's all snatched away from you. Not to mention you traveled halfway around the world to do it, and then I mean, just a headache. What was that whole process like?
Yeah, man, it was a tough one because at the time when you get the news that you got the positive test and you're not fighting, I was reasonably healthy then. Like I didn't feel too much. So to hear that about something I don't know too much about, you know what I mean? So you busted your ass. Sorry about that. You've the last few weeks got in, mate, prime Nick. Never been so lean, never been so fit. You know, I was sharp. I was ready. I was ready to put on a show. I really was. But and then just hear that, and you're like, what? Nah. It's hard to take in. What do you mean? Like this doesn't make sense. If I broke my leg or something like that, all right, I get it. But, it was tough. But then at the same time, obviously UFC got to do what they got to do. They did a great job looking after us. It was just an unfortunate situation. But then obviously as the days went on, I was like, all right, yeah, I probably couldn't afford it anyway because it rattled me. So, yeah, man, it's just crazy. It was definitely tough to take that news, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So it was funny because when it happened, we all started trying to work through the logistics, because normally, okay, cool, they'll get it rescheduled, it'll be no big deal. But with you, we're like, hold on, wait a minute. This guy goes home, he's going to have to quarantine. You know what I mean? It was just trying to figure it out. So when this opportunity came up for the Ultimate Fighter, was it like, yeah, automatic, that's the play? Or were you like, man, that's sure it's going to be me away from home for a long time?
Yeah, man, it is a long way. It's going to be the longest I've ever been away from the family, which is tough. But at the same time, man, it's still working out at a decent time because we were going to try and reschedule quick. We were thinking of, do I stay here and, fight in May or something like that, and then obviously the COVID, the infection got worse and whatnot. And then, I had the doctors telling me you ain't fighting anytime soon. So then I got told that this was coming. I was like, well, man, I can't get in there and compete straight away. What better way to kill time? Because if I was getting told I was fighting later in the year and did nothing in between, I'd do my head in. I'll be going crazy. But at least now, I can get into a good routine and have a bit of fun on this show and, see how it all plays out. You know what I mean? So we can build up the fight that we're gonna have through the show and obviously share some knowledge, train with the boys, have a bit of fun, good banner, see if we can stir the pot. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good opportunity for everyone, and I can't wait.
I know you weren't, looking forward to this. We didn't even know the show was happening for a long time, but now that you're in the role, I mean, are you looking forward to it? Like, what's your approach going to be as a coach? Because, I mean, you come from a team sport background, right? But obviously now you fighting. So what's the approach for you as a coach?
Yeah, well, it is different, isn't it? Because, we're all about that family feel, that team camaraderie, even though it is, it's only – one of you in the cage, but I mean, it is still a team sport. Like the preparation that everyone puts in is, it's a big deal. But I mean, now we've got guys that might have to compete with each other, and you need to tell them like, oh, I need you to be a good training partner for this guy because he's fighting this week. I can't have you going crazy on him. You got to let him. You know what I mean? So it's gonna get a bit weird for these guys, but at the same time, they're gonna just need to understand and not let their egos get in the way. Like obviously There might have to be a training partner here and there. But remember, these guys are going to be a training partner for you. So that'll be different. So I wonder how it is. But, I mean, I'm going to make sure that they get our vibes. Our vibes is all, fun. Obviously we're going to a bit of banter, a bit of fun. But at the same time, we're serious, share as much knowledge as we can. But we want to, one thing that we're good, and that's how we always are, is really, we don't want them getting nervous and getting too crazy in there, too hyped up. We want them to enjoy it, be clear in there and, get the job done because we're going to win. So, I'm a winner and I'm going to make sure my boys win. I want them boys to get contracts. I'm going to make sure they can be winners too. So, I'm going to do my part. Our team, we've got a great team staff. So I'm really looking forward to this, mate. It's going to be good fun and let's see what happens.
Yeah. Now, I was going to ask you, you mentioned your staff. What's your coaching staff going to be?
We've got a master spin over there, Joe Lopez. We've got one little one that's sort of surprise. Obviously, I've got like Frank Hickman, my wrestling coach. Again, we've got the team there. We've got all good fun, good banner, and obviously a lot of knowledge. We've got Andrew Wood and we've got Craig Jones. So yeah, so that's a cool one. He's here. I've trained with him many times. Obviously, a fellow Australian, and one of the best no-gi grapplers in the world. So obviously, there's a lot of knowledge there. And he loves the banter as well. So he gets along with us real well, and he doesn't mind stirring the pot and pranking and all that type of stuff. So he'll fit in the TUF as well.
I was going to ask you, I mean, obviously, you're still getting ready for a world title fight in the fall, so you're going to be spending time around Brian, the guy that you're going to be sharing the cage with. So are you looking at this as an opportunity for a little gamesmanship, maybe getting his head, or at least feel him out, know more about him? Are you thinking about that aspect?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? There's a lot that comes out of this. Obviously we've got more time to sort of get a strategy and work on drills and work on strategy, more film studies, you know what I mean? But we've got more time to do that, so we'll capitalize on the time we have. But not just that, we're gonna have a show. We're gonna see how he trains these guys, you know what I mean? I'm gonna see his reactions. I might play a little prank, you know what I mean? And if he gets all hot-headed over nothing, like going, all right, maybe I'm going to get in his head before the next one, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. We'll learn a lot through the house, but again, we're going to have fun with it. I'm sure he's competitive. I know I'm competitive. I'm going to do what I got to do to win. And again, I want to have fun in there and a bit of banter, a bit of pranks. I know I'm all good, so if he wants to go down that route, I know I'll keep a clear head, but let's see if I can break him.
Nice. Last thing for me, obviously we're looking forward to the Ultimate Fighter, but we're looking forward to you fighting again. You said you're feeling good, but not training 100% yet. Is there a time are you waiting for doctor clearance, or do you have a date circled on the calendar that makes sense?
It's sort of how training's gone. Training's gone good. So I had Craig and the boys wrestling, so I got to do a bit of wrestling. That obviously I'm not doing them long rounds yet or anything like that, so I was able to do that, and I pulled up fine. So that means I can at least sit there or even start to go up. So I'm expecting to be training 100% soon anyway. So, but I mean, I can obviously train at a good, I can still get in with the boys. I'm looking forward to training. Obviously, I want to help coach, but I'm the type of guy that even when I am coaching, I get in the class with them, you know what I mean? So I will keep an eye, but at the same time, I don't mind moving around with the boys. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping I'll be in good enough nick to keep up with them, and surely my lungs will hold up. I'll be sweet.
Do you have a favourite series of The Ultimate Fighter?
Favourite series? Man, you can't beat the first one, you know what I mean? I remember being at Blockbuster, that's where back in the day, that was the only way I could watch UFC. And I felt like I was the only person that watched UFC back home. This is a long time ago. And so I ended up getting that, and obviously, the sport's grown massively. So, but I mean, that was the only way I could actually watch it. So I remember watching it, and man, it got me right into it. So I did know about it through, I think it was through Ken Shamrock and Tito back in them days. So that's how long I've known about it. But again, it wasn't big in Australia back then, I'll be honest. But I've always loved the sport, and that was the only way I could watch it. And I remember watching that first season, and man, it was exactly what you would expect with a whole house full of fighters, right? And broken doors and whatnot. Everyone's smashing doors. Now they don't even have doors in the house. I just found that out yesterday. I went in there. I don't know if I meant to tell you that, but anyway, there's no doors in the house. I'm like, what's going on here? It's literally because everyone breaks them every episode. So maybe that's why they did it, or they're just not in there yet. I don't know, but that's what I took from that.
Is there any drink in the house? Because that usually goes.
I've seen a couple of bottles of wine and stuff like that. So I think there's alcohol in there. We see alcohol in there, Joe? There was, wasn't there? House full of guys, alcohol. See what happens.
Do you think you would you have done well as a contestant on The Ultimate Fighter?
I tried out for Ultimate Fighter, and I didn't get in. Now I'm coaching. So that's pretty cool. Cool way to end a negative. I didn't even make it. I wasn't good enough, but now I'm coaching. So that's pretty cool. But I mean, man, yeah, it's just this is cool, man. I'm loving it. I forgot the question. Sorry about that.
You mentioned the banter a few times, and we all hear these stories of rugby lads and the things they get up to. I would very much enjoy you to share a memory of some certain banter between the boys.
Some what, rugby league banter?
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. I can't tell you some of that in front of the camera, I'll be honest. Man. Look, obviously, the Mad Mondays and all that, we've got some crazy stories, yeah. But I mean, it's just, man, it is everything. Obviously, just being around a group of guys, man, even in the gym. Again, we're the type of guys, we have fun. Again, obviously, we're training, we're serious, but, man, there's jokes, there's going to be cracking jokes, we're going to be stirring. I don't know if you ever see me and Joe on on Instagram and on my stories. I'm always shit stirring the bloke, and I always get a reaction. So expect that on the show. But I mean, mate, there's plenty of stories, but I can't share many of those. Footy Volk stories, you don't want to know about them.